Hello, my name is Justin Hoyte. Thank you for taking the time to look at my video explaining the much overlooked methodology of emotional intelligence, also known as EQ. My objective is to explain the core four factors that encompass emotional intelligence, discuss the advantages and reservations of emotional intelligence, and share the story of a company that successfully applied EQ to boost morale and profitability. Emotional intelligence is defined as the ability to manage your own emotions as well as the emotions of others while building healthy strategic relationships to help make decisions that produce a positive result. Emotional intelligence was developed by Daniel Goleman in 1995. His research concluded that people with average IQs outperformed those with higher IQs 70% of the time. He argued that one's intelligence should not be measured by IQ alone, but it should also factor in a new methodology called EQ, as someone that possesses the qualities of EQ tends to be more successful than someone with a higher IQ. Emotional intelligence consists of four core pillars divided by two competences: personal, which includes self-awareness and self-management, and social, which includes social awareness and relationship management. Self-awareness is the ability to adequately assess your emotions and stay aware of them as they happen. Someone who is self-aware can recognize emotions quickly and can turn negative emotions into positive results. Self-management is understanding your emotions and being able to structure them in a way that generates constructive behavior. People who can manage emotions are able to thrive during times of uncertainty. Social awareness is the ability to truly understand someone else's emotions. And lastly, relationship management. This is the ability to conceptualize emotions and develop connections that create positive results. Putting EQ into action brings us to the story of Barry Waymiller, a global supplier of manufacturing technology in the Midwest, who in 2016 was ranked number 10 on the St. Louis Business Journal's list of cities' top 150 privately held companies. The CEO, Robert Chapman, has been with the company since 1975. In 2008, during the recession, the organization lost 30% of its orders overnight. As a result, the board got together to discuss layoffs to mitigate the losses due to the recession. But Robert Chapman vehemently refused the thought of any layoffs. He understood that layoffs would potentially solve the losses in the short run, but could negatively impact the lives of others. Instead, Robert introduced a program that forced employees to take 4 weeks of unpaid vacation, and something unusual happened. When employees found out what Robert had done, the morale within the company drastically increased. Employees that couldn't afford to take 4 weeks of unpaid vacation traded with other employees who could afford to take more. Not only weren't there any layoffs, Barry Waymiller ended up saving $20 million as a result of Robert Chapman's program. The story of Robert Chapman and Barry Waymiller is a prime example of how having key players in an organization that fully understands how to leverage the four core pillars of emotional intelligence to their advantage. Still, some disagree with the concept of EQ. They believe EQ is just another way to manipulate employees. Others think people that embrace EQ tend to be more agreeable and may elude much-needed confrontational situations. In conclusion, emotional intelligence is a strategic framework to get the most out of relationships. Having the ability to manage your own emotions and the emotions of others is an overlooked skill, but it's necessary. I challenge you to apply the four core pillars in your everyday life to produce results that you may desire. This concludes my presentation. Please continue viewing for cited sources.